It's before we get to Barbara Freeze, our guest, let's just hear Donald Trump respond to in many respects. I mean, I don't know if it was total. It was a surprise. Ian Millhiser had sort of predicted and read the tea leaves in some of what Gorsuch apparently had asked during the moot hearings. I mean, not the moot, the oral hearings on this case. But as you know, the Supreme Court ruled that Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, in terms of employers cannot discriminate for race, religion, or sex, was found to also protect folks who are LGBT from discrimination at the workplace. And the argument essentially was, and I'll go into this a little bit later, we may have a guest on tomorrow to go through it a little more, is that Gorsuch is a what they call a textualist, says you can't discriminate based upon sex. And his argument is, if you would allow a woman, if you cannot discriminate against a woman because she's dating a man, then you cannot discriminate against a man because he is dating a man. I mean, to put it very simply, because that is contingent upon the employee's sex. And you're not allowed to discriminate on that basis. That's the long and short of it. Here's Donald Trump responding to this. Now, remember, he is, this is painful for him because there's a lot of evangelicals out there who still want to be able to discriminate against gay people in the workplace. They may get their wish in the context of religious setting, but in terms of a secular workplace, no, sir. Here's Donald Trump.
Just our recount, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Jimmy, reaction to the Supreme Court decisions earlier today about LGBT discrimination, saying that is protected under the Civil Rights Act?
No, they've ruled. I've read the decision, and some people were surprised, but they've ruled, and we live with their decision. That's what it's all about. We live with the decision of the Supreme Court. Very powerful, a very powerful decision, actually. But they have so ruled.
They have so ruled. Very powerful decision. I really wonder if he knows what it is. Do you guys think he understands what's going on with it, or is he just knows like this is going to be bad for the Bible people?
Given more prompts, like, can you characterize it for us? Not like what to think about it and what adjective you'd like to apply to it.
Mm-hmm. That is so annoying. Reporters never ask him anything that is specific. Like, you would think at this point that they would have figured out how to ask a question that just sort of like forces him to respond with something as opposed to like good, bad, big, heard a lot about it. Like something to the effect of like, what changes do you think this is going to bring about? Could be many changes, could be big changes, I suppose he could respond. But at least it makes him look more ridiculous in that respect. But there it is. There's your good news. Hang on to that piece of good news, folks, because we're going to get more rulings over the next week or two. And I suspect they're not going to be nearly as good. All right, we're going to take